Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today's narration is about a certain man. Usually, things like this come on the news. Unfortunately, because of my great power, I was able to keep this from being on the news, so I could share it to you. That is a bad man on the loose. Well, I shouldn't say he's a madman, but he's definitely somebody you don't want to be near. Let me tell you who this individual is. They call him the Muffin Man. And it is important that you emphasize the U in that and say Muffin. It is important for you to realize who this individual is. He usually wears a penguin blanket. Now, it is important to realize that this penguin blanket is very, very unique. He has it wrapped around him. He kind of is a little hunched over. I don't know if he does it on purpose or not. I don't really want to know. But this is his story. You see, 20 years ago, I was a beautiful scientist in the engineering lab thinking one day I will become the most powerful man in the universe using science. And then I realized that dream was never going to come true and that I would someday marry a hag. But there is a bright side. You see, while I was in this lab, I got a certain hobo to work with me. This hobo would one day be called the Muffin Man. Now, it is important to realize now at this point that the Muffin Man was, yes, a homeless person who I experimented on, but I assure you, the experiments only required a little bit of gassing of chlorine, nothing too extreme, a bit of mustard gas. We wanted to really see how potent it was, and it was not as potent as we thought, because apparently we used the wrong substances, which that was kind of my fault. But then again, that child asked me on the street corner, "Hey man, do you want to take some of these white things?" And I was like, "Oh yes, give me some of that." And then that's what we use as mustard gas. Now, mind I tell you, what? That's not the right word. That's not even a correct phrase. You know what? I'm just going to get into it. Continuing on with the story. I pretty much bought meth from this child, and we used that as the mustard gas. Well, dear little Muffin Man, he got so high off of that he wrecked my lab. Oh, believe me, I was very upset. I almost wanted to throw my pound cake at him, but then I remembered that that pound cake was made for me, so I had to enjoy it to the fullest extent of the law. At least permitted in Indiana, which I was not even in Indiana, I was all the way in Texas. At least, I think. There might have been more cocaine in the air. Or did I say meth? I'm pretty sure it wasn't meth. It was cocaine. It was most certainly cocaine. I remember that bright sparklingness that was there. Or maybe that was just my dream. Do I even know if the Muffin Man is real? It doesn't matter. Either way, it's important to realize that the Muffin Man got very, very high off of this stuff. Oh, lordy, I thought we were going to have to get some, tough big guys. What do you call them? What do the kids call them now these days? The big old big guys. The guys that you feel like if they punched you, they could knock you straight out. Bouncers, there we are. Yes. I thought we were going to need some bouncers, and then I realized, oh no. All we need to do is just get a metal baseball bat and just hit him really hard. And mind I tell you, it worked. He was out cold. Although I think his heart stopped for about 2 seconds, and then it kicked up again. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I am a scientist, though. Well, it wasn't too short after that the Muffin Man, we had to get rid of him. I must say, I almost wanted to cry. I had the collar on him. We held our hands in exchange of tears, and I told him, "Don't you do it. You need to go and be free, Muffin Man. You need to explore the world and not be held up by me. Although I created you, in a sense of me actually giving you that meth that made you go absolutely crazy." Or was it cocaine? Enough. That's unimportant. You stoners can decide for me. But I looked him straight in the eye, and I had one tear just slowly dripping down, and I'm pretty sure he came very close to my face and licked that tear and said, "There's some salty goodness." And I just freaked out a little bit on the inside, thinking, "Oh Lord, no." But I managed to avert the situation by just saying kindly, Leave. Leave, you disgusting little filth ball. I don't need you anymore in my life. I have a lovely hag wife to deal with. So I don't need you making me my brownies anymore. He made me brownies, by the way, and they were absolutely delicious. Oh, yes, they were very, very good. I think he was sneaking some weed in those. No, that was me. I was doing that to the cookies. And I didn't eat them, though. I'm pretty sure I put the weed in there after he baked them, and then I gave them to my coworkers, who then in turn did that to me, which is how I got the meth, which means I ended up still being okay. There is no downside or upside to that. Oh well. But I said goodbye to the dear Muffin Man. I was very sad when we left. Or did he cry when I left? Oh, it doesn't matter. We both were in tears. I think his tears were of that of his eyes burning from the pepper spray I just used on him about 2 minutes earlier, before getting off the dear helicopter. I left him in Africa. I think it was in South Sudan. I can't remember the name of it. Oh well, it is unimportant. But mind I tell you that the Muffin Man soon he figured out a way to get free from Africa. And that is how he made his way to America. And in this time of exchange, oh, I don't know how he did it. That man is absolutely crazy. He found a way to find me. And he came up to my front door. Yes, I must remember this. He came up to my door. He knocked on it. I opened it and I was very surprised to see him. I was like, oh, it's you. I told you never to come near my family again, you sick little piece of crap. He almost cried. I didn't. I was happy knowing that my hag wife was slowly cheating on me with that same Muffin Man. Yes, I had to discover that the very hard way of him telling me, while he was standing in my doorway, he told me this, and I was sad, I think. Maybe not. I could be absolutely wrong. Maybe I was wrong about even having any form of feelings for this hag. Or even the hobo. I didn't even truly know him. All I know is that he made me cookies. But I told him, you need to leave. I'm enjoying my family. The family that I'm working hard to actually work for, while also being their son-in-law. Well, he accepted this. But he asked me for one thing, and that was a penguin blanket. I asked him, why do you need a penguin blanket? This is my blanket. I had it back when I was a little tiny peewee boy. He looked me in the eyes, that's what he did. There we go. And he told me, I really want that penguin blanket. I really, really want it. It doesn't matter if you had it when you were a kid. I need that blanket. I accepted his dear, soft answer. Believe me, that's his way of talking soft. You should see him when he's acting loud. It's very, very creepy. So I gave him my dear blanket. He walked off and I never saw him again. But there was this one time, though. I was walking past my neighbor. His name is Bill. Don't ask why. I didn't name him that. Yes, I did. I bought him. His name is Bill. And the Muffin Man walked up to him. Now, I'm not going to get into the details because I didn't pay attention enough. All I saw was a humpback man wearing my penguin blanket, and I was thinking, oh, that's my penguin blanket! And then I had to recall myself, as I was remembering, that, oh yes, I gave the Muffin Man my penguin blanket. So within that medial time, I realized, oh, that's the Muffin Man. He killed 3 people earlier before I caught him. Did I leave that part out? It was definitely the Muffin Man. I swear it was the Muffin Man. Anyway, I left that day knowing that Bill met the Muffin Man, and I had to live with that for the rest of my days. Did I regret leaving him? He probably got murdered. Or he tried to sing his Muffin Man song to him. Do you know the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man? Do you know the Muffin Man? Do you know my Muffin Man, little taters? Either way, that is exactly his song. Did I just write that and think of it on the spot? Of course I did. You can't expect me to not What? I'm not allowed to sing that? But They don't know what I need to do, though. I've been taking looks at you more than I have this camera. You're the one that told me to read off that teleprompter. I have been doing exactly what you said. Now don't you tell me that I am not allowed to read off it now, and that I'm not even allowed to sing the Muffin Man's song. Well, that was the story of the dear Muffin Man. Remember, if you see this Muffin Man, he's hunched over like this. He's wearing a penguin blanket. I could go get you a demonstration blanket, but I don't want to. No. Either way, remember, children, if you see a man wearing a penguin blanket hunched over, he's probably the Muffin Man, and you probably want to go up to him and ask him for a muffin, because 9 out of 10 he will have a muffin. And cookies. That's the prime reason why I called him the Muffin Man. I was walking from my house to my dear family's business, and he would always come up to me asking me if I wanted a muffin. I accepted this dear offer, because no one had ever done it before, not even dear Grandmama. Those were good times. And now I want him dead. Thank you for taking time to watch my dear broadcast. And remember, the Muffin Man is always watching you in your sleep, breathing heavily down your windpipe. That's right, he's inside of you. He's inside all of us right here. Well, I know he's not right there because I mutilated him shortly after this story. But it's okay. The Muffin Man, I will meet him again, and we will exchange in gunfire. Hey, thank you guys for taking the time to watch this. I know that was probably really random. I made several mistakes in there. For obvious reasons, I didn't write a story. Well, I did. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for taking the time to watch it. I was thinking of all this on the spot, so I know I made several errors. That's about it, and yeah. Thanks for watching. Bye.